everybody, welcome to this week's Monday Mojo. The quote, "Man never made any material as resilient as the human spirit." That comes from Sir Bernard Williams, 1929 to 2003. He was an English moral philosopher and professor of philosophy at the University of Cambridge. This past week I had the pleasure of giving a keynote speech to the project manager's Tampa Bay chapter. I would first say that anytime you have an opportunity to share your own personal challenges with any group of people, it's a humbling thought to think that maybe you might be able to even help one of them turn the corner. Well, the night before the talk, I actually had the chance to visit with some of them in a more casual environment, and it was a dynamite learning opportunity. They're really no different from any of the people I get to meet in the real estate industry. I mean, they were funny, smart, and just simply nice people. They made me feel like one of them, which I began to realize I was. Preparing for the speech, I wondered what it was like to be a project manager. After all, it seems to me that in some way we're all in charge of some type of project, I mean, whether it be business or personal. When visiting with them, I was curious, what is it that they really do? What does a deadline really mean to them? Are they employees? Are they on contract? How much money is allocated to help them achieve their goals? How many people are they in charge of? Where are these people located? How do they communicate? Do they travel a lot? The answers were really eye-opening. I mean, for most of us in life, we never get to see behind the curtains. Did you ever wonder what it takes in a major city to run the tax assessor's department? What type of computer stores all that information? How much does it cost to even run every month? What happens when the software and the hardware needs updating? How about all your financial information, your personal stuff, your 401k, your pension fund, your payroll taxes? Where is all that digital information being stored? Well, there's project managers out there that have the pressures of making sure this all happens seamlessly each day. What if the cost to run a mainframe was $600K per month? What if you did not meet a deadline to upgrade the system and were over by a week or two? What if you collected and coordinated all the data for a TV ratings juggernaut and you could not deliver to the production companies that make major make or break decisions on that info? I'm sure you're beginning to get the picture. Project managers are the people behind the scenes that make all this happen. But what happens to them when the economy goes backwards? Do they get their contracts renewed? Are they underappreciated and seen as an expendable line item? These are just some of the challenges facing this great group of people. But there was something I noticed that got me really fired up about them. They were grinders. It was brought to my attention that many of the people attending this conference were unemployed. So their organization rallied and organized a job fair. They invited schools that offered advanced programs and employers that came from as far away as England just to network. The scene made me think of the great teachings of Maxwell Maltz, who brought to light the fact that we move towards our goals like a guided missile. What's most interesting about the true path of a guided missile is that it's not direct at all. I mean, certainly to be viable, it must be given a clearly defined goal. Well, with project managers, they live and breathe clear goals and deadlines. But how do they really get there? When a missile takes off, it begins its journey towards the goal. But there are many factors which can blow it off course. The wind, the rain, humidity, and any other tempest. Yet the guided missile doesn't simply drop into the ocean. It accepts the negative feedback, calculates the distraction, and figures out the necessary corrective actions. So what makes us any different? Many of us get the importance of clear goals and import them into the onboard computer. But what do we do when the wind blows? Do we turn tail and run back to the starting point, never to venture out again? Do we give up completely and crash into the ocean? Do we say the auto-success mechanism in our brain is faulty? Or do we act like this bunch of disenfranchised project managers and take drastic corrective action? The lesson from these people, especially those unemployed at the time, is to grind on. We're always looking for celebrities and sports figures to be our examples and lead. But what about the grinders? Those people that are all around us every day, moving forward regardless of what type of tempest is blowing. The best time to notice them is when times get really tough. We've evolved into such a soft and entitled workforce that we just want to roll over and play dead until somebody comes to save us. Well, again, Nobody is coming. So look for new heroes. After meeting these project managers, I'll make an argument that they are right in front of you. They are out creating the next opportunity for themselves, grinding and thinking their way through it. I felt moved by them and felt an urge to lay my soup coat in a puddle for them to walk on. Their resilience not only humbled me in the moment, but it compelled me to tell you their story. They're us. And that day, they represented the best of us. The part of us that needs to rally against the storm, no matter what it might be. What would we really be without the storm? What would life be like if we were never tested? To the grinders go the spoils of victory, only found in trial and tribulation. The feeling of overcoming is power. So the next time you meet the storm, face it head on. Don't let it push you down and crash. Simply take its feedback and course correct and win those tiny battles in the margin of life. And remember the grinders. This is another Monday Mojo brought to you by freethinkingtools.com, reminding you to think and thrive. And again, remember, feel free to pass this on to your friends and family. Let's get a whole bunch of interesting comments here and continue this conversation. I look forward to seeing you next time on freethinkingtools.com. I'm Danny Griffin.